Leslie Fish, born on 1953, was an influential American folk musician, writer, and political activist whose work left a lasting mark on both the filk music community and the broader world of science fiction fandom. Known for her fierce independence, her unapologetically anarchist views, and her distinctive creative voice, Fish carved out a singular place in American counterculture. Fish first emerged in the mid-1970s as a central figure in the development of filk music, a branch of folk music created by and for science fiction and fantasy fans. Working alongside the Dehorn Crew, she helped launch the genre's first commercial release in 1976 with folk songs for folk who ain't even been yet. This debut marked the beginning of her multi-decade influence. A year later, she released Solar Sailors, which featured Band from Argo, a comic Star Trek parody that became a fandom classic. The song grew into a phenomenon, inspiring more than 100 variants and imitations over the years. She also recorded the humorous Carmen Miranda's Ghost, later expanded into a science fiction anthology in which she contributed her own story, further showcasing her versatility as both musician and writer. Among her most celebrated works was Hope Airy, a stirring anthem commemorating humanity's spacefaring ambitions. The song became deeply cherished within science fiction circles, earning an almost mythic reputation as a de facto anthem of American fandom. Fish's music often carried strong pagan and anarchist themes, and she frequently adapted the poetry of Rudyard Kipling into powerful musical pieces. Her instrument of choice was a distinctive 12-string guitar affectionately nicknamed Monster, which she often joked performed best when fed good Scotch whiskey. Fish also made several appearances in film projects connected to fandom, including Finding the Future, a science fiction conversation, which featured many of her songs, and Trekkies 2, where she performed and was interviewed. These projects helped introduce her work to a wider audience beyond the filk community. Her political activism was just as central to her identity as her music. During the Vietnam War era, Fish was deeply involved in anti-war movements and became a lifelong member of the industrial workers of the world. Her songs frequently referenced labor history and radical politics, and she never shied away from controversial opinions. She was well known for her strong support of gun rights, arguing that private firearm ownership was essential for personal liberty. Her skepticism about modern civilization stability led her to organize groups focused on surviving societal collapse, a theme reflected in her album Firestorm, which served as a lyrical guide to enduring nuclear war. Fish's anarchist worldview also influenced her creative output. She openly envisioned a future without centralized government, one that could be technologically advanced and spacefaring, not confined to agrarian simplicity. This philosophical stance inspired fictional characters loosely based on her, such as Jenny Trout in the novel Fallen Angels. Beyond music, Fish was a prolific writer deeply embedded in fan fiction culture, especially within the Star Trek community. Her story, Shelter, was one of the earliest Kirk/Spock fan works ever published. She later wrote The Wait, an anarchist feminist Star Trek novel that scholar Henry Jenkins praised for its ambition, clarity, and political boldness. Fish also produced numerous original stories, often collaborating with authors such as C.J. Cherryh. Her song Carmen Miranda's Ghost is haunting Space Station 3, even inspired a collection containing stories by both Cherryh and Anne McCaffrey, a testament to her influence among major science fiction writers. A committed participant in fan culture, Fish enjoyed live-action role-playing and had been active in the Society for Creative Anachronism since the 1970s. In 2007, she spearheaded the creation of Fan Haven, a 230-acre private park in Arizona intended as a safe gathering place for LARPers, pagans, naturists, and other marginalized fandom communities. Although the federal government disputed the mining claim she used to justify ownership, Fish remained the project's primary driving force and advocate. Fish's personal life was often private, but she shared openly about her relationships and beliefs regarding sexuality. From the late 1960s through the early 1980s, she was romantically involved with fellow activist Mary Froman, with whom she also worked in the Dehorn Crew. Fish frequently argued that bisexuality was humanity's natural state and believed that social repression caused many modern problems. In 2011, she married her longtime friend Robert "Rasty Bob" Ralston, and together they undertook projects such as cultivating a rare species orchard and raising unusually intelligent cats, an eccentric pursuit she delighted in discussing, insisting her cats were as clever as 6-year-old children. Her musical catalog was extensive, spanning decades and multiple labels. Many of her early works became rare collectibles due to going out of print. She contributed to numerous anthologies, collaborated with other folk musicians, and continued releasing new material well into the 2020s, including albums like Sea of Dreams, Angel with a Sword, and the forthcoming Elfland. Fish's legacy also includes a wide range of short stories within major shared universe series such as Merovingian Nights and Jerry Pournelle's War World. She even wrote an in-universe scholarly article on Andorian culture under the pseudonym F. Sigmund Mead, demonstrating her playful creativity and deep immersion in fandom. Across her career, Fish received multiple Pegasus Awards, some of the highest honors in filk music, for categories ranging from Best Original Song to Best Fantasy Song. In 2014, she earned the Prometheus Special Award for both a novella and a song, highlighting her achievements in libertarian-themed fiction. Leslie Fish spent her final years in Arizona, continuing to write, create music, and nurture her wide community of fans and collaborators. She passed away at home on November 29, 2025, at age 72, leaving behind a rich and unconventional legacy. By the time of her death, Leslie Fish's net worth was estimated at around $300,000, largely derived from her decades of music sales, book royalties, performances, and independent creative projects. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.